Hey, we're back for season 2, episode, or is it season 1? It's still season 1. And episode 8 of Tyler Henry, Hollywood Medium, where he talks to Eva Longoria, Jenny Jwoww Farley, and Bobby Brown. All right, let's do it.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
This is a perfect song. I love it.
I know, it's great.
Hey guys. Oh, we got music and everything. I love this. And lights, go girl, go girl. Hey guys, I'm Jennifer Leone, and this is the AFTERBUZZ TV After Show for Hollywood Medium with Tyler Henry. And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Jennifer Leone TV. And I'm here today with my awesome, lovely, amazing friend, Mina.
Thank you.
Tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at Mina Makes Magic.
Awesome. Is that everything? And Twitter too, right?
Twitter. I'm more on Instagram than Twitter.
Okay.
So
All right.
Plug my Insta.
She's everywhere. So this is okay. So we cleared it up. It's season 1 and episode.
Season 2.
Oh, jeez.
Season
Okay,
2.
so I was right. It's season 2,
8.
episode 8. I get confused because there's these big long gaps, and it's been so long. Ava Hill isn't with us, but she'll be here next week. And Katarina took a little break, and hopefully she'll be back soon. So let's jump right in.
Yes,
and
let's do it.
So, Mina, I know you have so many thoughts. Please do not hold back. Mina's hilarious, so I want you to say everything.
I'm gonna offend so many people.
That's okay. It's okay. We have the live chat rolling, so please talk to us. If there's something we say that you disagree with, tell us. And if there's something that you agree with, tell us. Just interact, and we like having like a huge conversation on this because it's so, it's huge. There's so much that goes into it, and there's no real facts, so we just like to chat. So Tyler got Jenny Jwoww Farley.
Yeah.
And immediately, you didn't know who she was.
No,
or
at
you
first,
did.
no, she looks so different
She
now.
does, yeah.
I know her. She looks so different. Eyebrows are different. They're much thicker. Hair is short. I was saying, I don't have the picture right now, but there is a picture of Moaning Myrtle in Harry Potter. She's like a really pretty version of Moaning Myrtle with the short black hair and the glasses and everything.
See, I was thinking more like Kylie.
Kylie Jenner,
But-
the lips.
Totally.
Do you think she uses ColourPop or Kylie lip kits?
Maybe she does.
Maybe.
I'm sure we can check her Instagram.
I think we have to ask Tyler, though.
Yeah,
He needs
Tyler
to
would know.
He needs to hold the lip gloss in his hand
and then feel if she's used it.
If Kylie's used this before and who else.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
So for Jenny, she learned about Tyler through Snooki. And she kind of wanted him to prove her wrong. And she is a skeptic along with her husband. And immediately this guy came through with this bobblehead, and it was related to her husband, Roger, friend. And a motorcycle kept coming in, and all these specific things kept coming in. And apparently they rode in on motorcycles at the guy's funeral. And yeah, she had a lot coming through for her. What did you think about that?
I don't know. See, I'm always torn when it comes to stuff like this, because part of me is like...
Why? What part of it?
I'm... Okay, because
yeah.
part of me is like, for the longest time, I'm like, all of this is bullshit. Like... mediums don't exist. This isn't a real thing. And I know there used to be TV shows where someone would call out people in the audience and be like, I see a face. The face has eyes, and it's like, no shit. Like, like
totally.
Like they just say like very vague, generic things. But the crazy thing is, this is coming from a person who's like obsessed with astrology, obsessed with things that aren't sciences or like isn't scientific at all.
I love that about you.
So part of me, it's like I always play devil's advocate, and you know this. I'm always like,
Both of us will.
I want to believe it.
Yeah.
And there's the side of me, it's like, okay, this is really cool. I'm interested. I'm intrigued. And another part of me that's like fighting that. That's kind of like, you could have Googled that. You could have Googled this. You could have said any generic thing. And something about the way he does it is he does it in bits and pieces. And I'm not sure if this is for television where you say, okay, I see this. And then you get the person's interest to kind of get a read on, are you on the right track? I see this too. And it's like, oh, okay. And then you keep adding to it and building upon it instead of just saying what you see at once. Like, is it true that things come in in bits and pieces, or can you not see the entire vision at once? How does it work with mediums? I don't know.
From my experience, it comes in all at once, so I'm assuming it's for the show if it is real, or he has an earpiece, or the producer's
wait, what else?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Give me one more time. Oh, we need the dramatic moment. We need that dramatic moment. Hold on. Don't tell him about the motorcycles yet. I just feel like, you know, it could be that. If it's Googleable,
it would be
then
so
do
boring.
it.
But the thing is, on the other hand, if you were to watch a TV show and it was just like, it laid everything out at once, you wouldn't have a long watch time. You would tune out after the first, like, 2 minutes.
See, every reading that I've been to that was legit, it would it would just be them speaking, and it's blowing you away, and it's not boring because there's something new, because it's just like a conversation, like as the conversation
but it's not
develops.
like, it's not like, hold on, wait, I'm getting something else. It's not like that.
It's never like that. No.
Okay, because part of me is like, maybe he does have this gift, but maybe it seems as though it could be fake because of the way that it's produced. So maybe he is an actual medium.
Absolutely. That's a good point. If anyone knows anything, or if you are a medium, or if you are, you know, behind the scenes, anything like that, please talk to us, because we want to know everything. But yeah, I guess it's...
Yeah, I talked to, and I know you've talked to her before,
Charlie, yeah.
I talked to Charlie. There was a...
Well, Charlie gets paid.
Yeah.
So anyone who's on a payroll...
I love her, but I don't...
Oh,
but
she's
you,
great.
You don't know if she's, like, best friends with him.
Yeah.
Is she ever gonna say, like, what if he wasn't a medium? Would she ever say that? No. So I don't know. But she seems very authentic, so I just don't know. Maybe she's under a contract to never say anything about whether, you know.
You're playing devil's advocate with yourself, and I love it. You're just, like, having this battle between the two.
Gotta stop
I
doing
love
that.
it, though, because it's true. Those are the options, and this is something that people bullshit all the time. This isn't something that is like, oh, you know, like, you're a doctor, you went to school for, it's just, it's so in the air.
And even if you are a doctor, like, if you're a TV doctor, like, sometimes I'll watch Dr. Oz and I'm like,
oh, he's not a real doctor,
how much
though.
did you get paid to endorse this product on the show and say that it changed your life?
There you go.
You know, when it's TV,
Good
there's
point.
all these other things that come to play. There's advertisers. And the weird thing with Tyler Henry, the medium, the show itself, is that they always use people who are on E! Network. Like, Tori Menounos is on the show.
Well, I'm sure they get first, you know, first dibs.
Yeah.
I mean, just like how on
Kylie Jenner or, you know,
Chloe
Kardashian's going to be on the season.
Right. I mean, well, you know, a Kardashian will go wherever that they can. Like, oh, we have a spot open, get the Kardashians in there. And then, obviously, E! News does the same thing and throws in Kardashians, and that's why the Kardashians are even more famous, because what other network has a show? Well, what other place, like, think about all the different networks, like Bravo. They don't have Bravo News. Like, there is no...
That's true.
It's E! E's the only network that has their own, you know, news, and then they'll just promote their shows, you know? So think about how well those places do, and then you throw in some glam, and we eat it up.
I love it.
I love it, too. I love
it. I can't.
So, anyway, with Jenny, she was totally into it. She was crying. She felt that it was legit. And after this guy came through, who's her husband's friend, there was her grandma. And I guess a lot of people couldn't know certain things unless you can just Google it. And we did Google some things more on the Bobby Brown, and we'll get to that in a minute. But I just feel like if you can Google it, then a producer is doing that. Not necessarily Tyler, but I just feel that there should be a little bit more detail. And I said this on our previous season of this AfterBuzz TV show, where I'm just like...
It's not enough.
It's not enough. And I was even more into it back then. Right now, I've talked to a few of the people who he's read. I've heard some things. I've talked to a lot of people. And I see some different sides. So I think that it could be, he could have this gift, sure, but is it totally enhanced and also some things fed to him? For
TV,
sure.
It has to be. Nothing is just the bare skin and bones. Like any show.
Yeah.
in post-production they change it up. It looks totally
But
different.
if he was really good, they wouldn't have to because it's that juicy. You know, if
I get it.
But
yeah.
also, would they be allowed to be on television? Because let's move on to Eva.
Mm-hmm.
Well, really quick, if you wanted to know and didn't watch the show, Jenny's grandma came through. She died in a car accident, but she also had all these cancers. She had lung and bone cancer, which is really unfortunate. And then they go into her mom's mental illness and how she had to get herself dressed in the morning for kindergarten.
That was so sad.
So sad.
That was depressing.
I just, those are the good things, though, I feel that come through, because then you hit a chord and it's almost like you're a healer and you get to talk about that stuff out loud instead of burying it inside. So
sometimes I wonder whether these people cry and become so emotional because they believe that Tyler is getting through to the other side, or if it's just
I think because
bringing back emotions that are resurfacing.
Neither. It's scary.
It's
yeah, because I was being read by a medium who I didn't really necessarily believe in. He was like he was a kid. He was 16. I was like, sure, kid, read me, whatever. And he said to me, "Oh, your grandma, Laura, she's coming through. And she said to take care of the china that she gave your mother, but your mother gave to you." And I forgot to, because it's in boxes. So I started crying. I'm like literally getting, bumps right now because come on, there's no way that someone could know that. And then he started going into detail on what that china was. He goes, it's white with silver, and then there's blue on it, and it goes, around the sides. And I'm like, okay, I hear you. I hear that.
If that happened to me, I'd be like...
You start crying.
No, I'd literally be like, where the hell is my brother? I know he's messing with me right now. I know he, planted someone in here. That's
so
probably
funny.
one of the reasons I'm so skeptical, is because I grew up with an older brother who constantly pranked me nonstop since I was a kid.
That makes so much sense, though,
It does.
about you.
Like, if you're 5 years old and your brother decides to put walkie-talkies behind your stuffed animals at night and talk in demonic voices, I'm pretty sure you'll be traumatized for life. So
that is awful.
Yeah, pretty genius.
My gosh.
Pretty funny. No, but he's hilarious. It's like how I have my sense of humor.
Great. Good to have you on the panel, but still, I'm sorry that you had to go through.
That's why I'm always like, what's behind the facade?
Absolutely.
What's behind this? I know things appear this way. There has to be like a puppet master. There's something behind it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree with you. And I think that in any of these cases, we should look at all the options. And if everything fails, then it's clear that this person has this gift. And most of the time, they don't have to really prove it that hard. It just happens, like what I just told you.
That's so
You
freaky.
I completely even forgot about that. And I just had moved to LA and I didn't bring those with me. So she probably wanted me to bring them with. Long story short. And then right after, I thought to myself, oh, I wonder what is going on with my grandma Emma, because that's my other great grandma, both of them. And then immediately right after that, he said, "Oh, your grandma Emma wants you to know." And he says the name. There's no way he would know.
Where did you meet him?
On Twitter through mediums. I was looking into mediums for this show. And this was like, I think 10 months ago.
So creepy.
Yeah, and he was the best. He was absolutely the best. And I gave him a shout out.
It reminds me of that show Smallville, whenever they have someone with like a special gift and they like can see...
I've never seen it.
Oh, you haven't seen it? It's
no.
like Superman, but I always thought that stuff was like ridiculous.
Yeah,
and
well,
now
this
I'm kind
isn't.
of like, I like to believe in things.
Really
though.
quick though, he said your grandma Emma's coming through and she just wants you to know that she loves you. Because she didn't have a message. There's nothing. Sometimes people don't have anything to say. It's just, hey, I love you, having fun on the other side. Like, I would be too. I would just like want to hang out, have fun, and like not worry about this life.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was my experience. So while I'm watching this, and also I've talked to several people who have been on the show. I don't know if I can say who and all this, but they told me behind the scenes stuff that ended up happening where I go, okay, I can see him having something, but it not even be shown like that.
Because they want something that's more sensational for TV that their viewers are going to enjoy and eat up.
And he's not that great yet. Like, he's probably like there, but not like where they want him to be.
Here's the thing, from like a television standpoint and like viewership standpoint. Even if it is fake, I think people would still watch it, even if they knew it was fake. Because with reality TV, we all know that like 99.9% of reality TV is scripted.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as unscripted reality television.
Right.
People who know that, they still watch it. It's still entertaining. You still want to know what happens. And I feel like it's the same thing with Tyler Henry, the medium. Like, even if it is fake, even if he doesn't have the gift, I'd still watch it. I'd be like, I want to know about this celebrity.
Well,
I wanna
hey, we're
see
here.
this show.
We're
Yeah,
here.
I still want to see it.
Well, he moves on, though, to Eva Longoria, and she talks about her family of E's. So he's like, someone with an E is coming through, and they're all E's.
It's like the Kardashians.
Yeah,
with
but like
Eva
worse.
Longoria.
Like,
Esmeralda, Eva, Enrique.
I wish we literally had a list because there's
just-
like 20. She like went off a list of all these names that were. She had the prettiest, I feel like.
Yeah.
too,
Well,
you
I
know?
like Esmeralda more.
I feel like Hunchback of Notre Dame. You know,
I love that.
Like
Sanctuary. And he like lifts her up. I love that movie.
Great. So Esmeralda.
Yeah.
Well, Esmeralda didn't come through. Aunt Elsa came through.
Yes.
So here's what we Googled, and we were trying to figure this out because he starts talking about her Aunt Elsa and how Aunt Elsa's living through her. And I mean, anyone can kind of say that too.
Yeah.
Generations. I mean, my grandma could say that about me, and I mean, come on. I'm not Eva Longoria. So apparently there's these handwritten notes of all of her recipes, but if we looked it up on, it says like her cookbook, Eva Longoria's cookbook.
There was something about her favorite recipes,
and
up
it's her
on
grandma. So like, I feel like someone could have easily looked that up, and it seemed very promotional for Eva. Whereas if you really were reading Eva, you'd probably get some dirt on her past relationship, on
Tony Parker situation.
all of that. I mean, I just feel like so much more would come through. Same thing with Bobby. But with Eva specifically, it just kind of triggered to me that two things came through that had to do with promotions. So one would be her book, her cookbook, which has her grandma's recipes. And then the second would be her cancer foundations.
And I looked that up on Wikipedia. It said that she was involved with, you know,
All this cancer stuff. So-
philanthropy, and being an advocate for
Right,
that.
and she says that's one of her titles, where usually it would just be like, I'm an actress, but she's like, no, I'm a philanthropist.
She
and-
listed like a whole range of things. You know when
Yeah.
people are like, I do this, this, and this, and it's like
their
okay,
Instagram profiles.
relax.
Yeah.
Relax.
For inquiries.
A connoisseur, a food connoisseur, movie.
Oh my gosh.
Movie buff.
I was just tweeting about that actually to someone. That's so funny.
What?
Someone made a tweet where it was like, if you have more than 3 titles in your name, I don't want a DM from you. And like,
Yeah. No, seriously.
And I
though.
screenshotted half of my DMs, and they literally had all these guys who were just like, philanthropist, author, creator. Like, what? Okay.
Choose one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, unless you're Kanye, because you can't put Kanye in a box.
Kanye's just
You
Kanye.
can't. Yeah, you can't.
I want him to read Kanye.
Yeah, no.
He'd be
That
like,
would be so.
oh my gosh, how would that go?
good. That would be so good.
It would be good.
That would be.
We
Oh,
could talk
that'd be
that.
sad though, because of his whole mom situation.
Well, who knows? Maybe she didn't come. She won't come through because it's Tyler.
Can you not come? Oh.
Yeah, sure. I don't know.
When
We'll see.
when they come through and they're on the other side, what does that even mean? Are they like in purgatory, heaven?
No.
If they're in hell, can they come through?
Sure.
Can they come through?
Anyone could come through because it's all intertwined.
It's everything.
There's no like. That's why with the Ouija board, you never play with Ouija boards. No one ever play with the Ouija board because there's no. You can talk to someone like they're good, and it's not most of the time because people are looking for a portal through. So yeah. And then that's why I'm sure Tyler has to cover himself with light, make sure that he's good and only good things come through him because it's a slippery slope. I've seen it both ways, and I don't want to talk about the other way. So the light way. That's why the Bible, if you want to go into that, they say not to do it, and it goes into there because, and I don't want to go into that, but that's why. That's the whole going, and let's just stop.
I know. Part of me sees the terrible curiosity part is like, let's go to Toys R Us and buy a Ouija board, but
Hell no.
Why do they sell those things to kids? Like, that's the question.
All right, we don't have enough
asking.
time, but I mean, we could talk about conspiracies all day.
Okay.
And then you can Google, if you Google like how to get rid of a Ouija board, it's actually like the scariest thing ever because you just like can't get rid of them. My family has like stories on that too.
Okay, that's creepy.
Yeah, you can't get rid of them and you don't burn it. Like there's so many.
Oh, is it worse to burn it?
Yeah. So like.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not our conversation for today. We can talk about that another day. If you guys have questions, you guys can put them in the
Yeah, I'm on the live chat right now.
And no one's talking?
No one
guys
has any questions for us.
All
apparently.
right, fine. We're going to be tweeting out and I want all the people who love mediums, and all of it. Ouija boards, whatever. You guys talk to us.
Ask us your questions.
Yes.
Okay.
And you can leave us a comment and we'll definitely address it next week. But so that's my theory on Eva, is that she kind of agreed to this so that it can promote her, and he just kind
But
of
she's a fan.
Yeah.
She's apparently a fan of
I'd be a
Chloe.
fan too if I was getting paid.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a fan. I am a fan.
I
But
do.
I'm just
do,
saying.
Honestly, I would want to meet him and have him do a reading. For
I
me.
would love that would probably be the only way that I would be
That's
like,
the only way I'd be sold.
because I've gotten readings where I'm just like, and I'll say it to them. Like I had a reading here and I was like, like the guy who came in to talk to us on our show, I mean, it's just clear it was not real. And I will tell you that. So, I mean, yeah, that's the only way I guess I would know personally, because with this you have editing and you have all that jazz.
Right.
So moving on though, we have Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown.
So this is so funny to me.
Not the makeup artist, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Not
Good.
Not the makeup
Good
artist.
disclaimer. Okay, yes, not the makeup Bobby Brown.
Yeah, we still got good stars on Honey.
Oh my gosh.
Relevant.
That's so funny. Well, Bobby Brown is the husband of Whitney Houston, and they had a child, Bobby Christina. She died soon after her mom did, about a year, and
super tragic.
yeah, and basically she was murdered. So for me, that's strange that none of that came up, and also nothing about Whitney, like the true thing that happened. He just kept talking about her heart and like, I don't know. To me, it was just so
Very surface level, right?
Very surface.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
A lot of it is. And I wonder if because of like whatever NDA or confidentiality thing they might have where they don't want to reveal more, or the star's not okay with it. I don't know. Like, I wonder.
Yeah.
I
like,
wonder
don't put that in there.
Yeah. Like, you know, because
Yeah.
you always, even when, us, when we go on red carpet events and we ask people questions, sometimes, like, even if you have an interview with someone, it's like, don't ask anything about this. Only 2 questions.
I'll ask it
Only
anyway.
1 question. Yeah. You'll be like, whatever.
Oh, what? What was I
Yeah.
supposed to ask? Oh.
Tell us about the robbery, Kim. No,
The-
I'm
yeah,
kidding. No. I'm
oh.
kidding. I'm kidding. Don't get on my case, E. I want to work for you guys one day.
Aw. So Bobby, Carol came through, who is his mother, and she worked at a school. The dad
Oh, by
had
the way,
cancer.
I looked that up. It
Yeah?
said Carol, teacher.
Okay.
Yeah, I Googled it.
You just, yeah.
It literally said Carol, teacher, parentheses.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And then dad. So what I thought was funny about this, when he starts talking about the dad, Mina, you made a comment immediately and you're like, you could say that about my dad. And then I rewound it and thought about him saying that to me about my dad, who I'm very close with. I'm
Yeah.
extremely close with my dad. He's never done a drug in his life. Nothing like Bobby. And
Yeah, because he said, okay, Tyler's
it's
like,
what he would say to me.
he
yeah.
has trouble expressing emotions. It's like, okay, what
Most fathers
what
do.
father? It's very rare for a father to be like to be super expressive with every single thing and to always
Well, because it's guys.
Yeah,
guys in
'cause
general.
It's not like the nurturing that a mom might have, where there's
Sure.
like, I'm so proud of you, honey, you're doing great, you're doing this, you're doing that. Like, that's such a blanket statement. Plus, you're talking about a different generation where maybe, like, he already knows that his family's not going to be that way. It's like an older generation.
Right,
Where
right.
more traditional, I guess.
Yeah, very traditional. So that's a good point. Everyone born before.
Just too generic. Like, tell me something that I couldn't just guess by looking at you.
Or Google.
By Googling you. And the fact that, okay, Whitney Houston is an icon, everyone knows who Whitney Houston is. And the fact that, like Bobby will say something like Whitney Houston was my wife or whatever, and he's like, oh. Like,
okay,
no,
I don't care who
no
you are,
way.
you know that.
Come
you know
on.
that.
Come
If you were
on.
alive in any time between 2008, let's say, and in, let's say, 2013, you saw them on the news.
Yeah.
Like,
and
on
even
television.
if you didn't, like, you would have seen that, you know the Cinderella movie with Brandy?
Yeah.
Whitney Houston was
I don't
in
know,
that.
but I don't know if he's that
She-
old. That was like a movie from
hey,
'97.
I'm 25. We're like,
I don't give a shit. He's 17.
Oh, is he 17?
Yeah,
Oh,
and
wow,
that's a 1997
crazy.
movie. Yeah,
I knew he was 17.
That was the best movie, by the way.
It was so good.
It's so good
I
with
loved
Brandy.
It was so
If you
good.
haven't seen it, go watch it.
Go watch the Brandy Cinderella.
I actually bought that for my best friend for his birthday because he wanted that. It was like, that's so funny that you said that. Yeah. So Whitney was in that, and if you don't know, you should.
Yes, you really should. It's the best
I agree
godmother.
with you, though. I agree with you. That's the only reason how I can justify him not knowing who she is because his age, but you don't have an excuse if you even watch the news because she was there. And he does watch the news. He doesn't watch TV, but he said that he's seen things on the news before, so I know he does. And
I feel like
that's like not knowing Michael Jackson.
I really want to meet Tyler Henry because I feel like if I met him, I would get a better sense of like what his personality is like, what's going on, because TV in real life
I think that's everyone. Yeah.
so different though.
And
And he does the constant smiling thing like me. You know how I'm like constantly smiling?
I do that too.
Yeah. We both do it. And sometimes I'm wondering like, is this like a positivity thing? Like, is it like, is he trying to bring like the good energy
Oh,
in?
I don't think that he's a bad person.
No, not
or like,
at all.
Yeah,
He seems super sweet.
Yeah,
like, he
I
seems
don't-
very kind.
I don't think he's manipulative or trying to hurt
But
people.
shows themselves manipulate like
Yes.
like, you know.
I think that there's other
it's
things
not necessarily
going on.
in his hands. Like he's not in charge of post production. He's not in charge of the research behind the show. But any show, you have a guest on your show, you do the research on that guest. It doesn't matter if it's here at AfterBuzz. It doesn't matter where it is.
That's a
You
producer's
do
job.
Your research when you have a guest come on your show.
Totally.
Every single time.
And don't tell me there's no producers
Yeah.
because there are, and it's an e-show. There's producers.
There-
He's not doing a
there
YouTube
are.
channel.
Yeah.
He's not doing this like.
And
I don't
even
know,
if
on
he's
his
not
own.
researching them, which I don't think he is. Like maybe
Oh no,
he's
he is not.
He's not.
No, but his
His
producers, I'm sure are. That's
his
what I'm saying.
producers are. Yeah.
So with Bobby, Carol, teacher, Googleable came up, and then a woman, her heart, no matter how she died, she wants to know that everyone knew her heart.
Blanket statement.
Totally. I could say that about
just-
anyone. And also, it was, it's so heavy, both of us. Okay. I don't think that, Mina, why don't you speak on that?
About the it's so heavy part, it's like, well, obviously, like all these people, you're a medium, everything's gonna be heavy, right? If you're dealing with someone who had someone in their life that passed away, and you're trying to connect to them, and especially Whitney Houston, she died, her daughter died.
Yes.
Like
It's difficult.
That's
Drugs,
crazy.
lots
Like, that's
of things
a
are
lot.
going on.
Of course, that's heavy, but like for you to be like, oh, all of this is coming through, like I don't know, something about it's a little too cinematic for me.
Yeah, I just think that maybe this is possible that he was like, ooh, this is heavy, and he started talking about things that Bobby didn't want out. That is the only way I can see.
And then they cut that part out in post-production.
Oh, totally.
Maybe.
Because of legal stuff or whatever. But I think that if he exposed anything, they would want that on the show. Then E! News should do a background check on it, and then they should make that a story. You know what I mean? Like something.
But E! News
like,
never does. It never reports on things that are
They brought
super
Tyler on.
scandalous.
Sure they do. Well, after maybe TMZ would do it first, so then they do.
Yeah, and then they'd
Right.
spin it in a more positive way, or
If
more.
it's to promote their show, though,
Yeah.
they'll do it. So
Okay.
it's a Tyler Henry show. Tyler Henry broke this story. You know, I don't know. Something could have happened, but
But even if something negative happens, like I even noticed yesterday watching the news, it was some negative story, and Kat Sadler was like, "Oh my goodness," and like they don't share any
no.
sort of negativity. It's always just like, okay, here we're presenting it, and positive.
Yeah.
If it's a negative story, you kind of like brush over your reaction and get to the next story.
Oh, I'm not saying for the host to have reaction, but just that they'll put it out
to like
there.
publish it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and make it on the show because it's just like how they promote other shows. That's, you know, cross promotion.
Yes.
So with this Bobby Christina came through again. Bobby Christina was murdered, so I don't understand why they didn't talk about that or the boyfriend, because the boyfriend was so key in that whole situation. I don't know. There was no item either for Bobby. He just had a picture.
Yeah, that was weird to me. Like, everything else was like an artifact that they had.
Maybe he wasn't even close with his daughter. I know that they weren't close. You know, they had a whole bunch of issues. And maybe he didn't even have an item, which is kind of sad to me. That he didn't bring even, you know, a stuffed
like one thing to remember.
Animal. Right. So, I don't know. That's just my take on it. Any thoughts on anything?
Okay, here's the thing.
Ahead.
If I were to be convinced in Tyler Henry, the medium's ability, it would definitely be like being sold on Jwoww, because of the 3 readings, I felt like in the beginning I was more of a believer. I was like, okay, this is interesting.
Good point.
Like Jwoww, like, because that's the one thing you can't really Google. Like the whole thing with her.
Or I do remember her saying something on what was her show? The Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
Some, like, issues with her mom. I mean, anyone who's a fan of the show, I'm sure we could talk to Roxy about it. And you know, they'll know. Oh, yeah, that's something. I don't have the history on Jenny that I would know that kind of stuff. Maybe some people do. So, but for me, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. But
it felt more authentic than the other ones. The other ones felt more like, okay, Bobby's at the end felt very dramatic.
I know.
And then Eva's was like more fun, but like you
very
said, kind of promotional.
Yeah.
But the first one, Jwoww, I honestly was sold on Jwoww.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
I got that. I feel that too. So tell us what you think. I feel that we play devil's advocate. We do the one side or the other.
And I want to believe in it.
Totally,
like, I want
me too.
Tyler, come on the show and come read us.
We keep asking, and he's not coming. So
he might.
If he does,
we'll
then
talk to Charlie.
It's then proving like that he's good.
Yeah.
Because if he refuses to come on, then hey, what do you got to hide? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So I like doing devil's advocate with you. Please play it with us. Tell us your thoughts because this is a fun combo. And next week we'll have Ava with us. And yeah, tell us what you think. So until then, you can find us on Twitter. And for me, I'm Jennifer Leone TV. And Mina, you are?
Mina Makes Magic on Instagram and Twitter, so follow me there.
Oh, that's right. She's more of an Instagram girl. So you can find us everywhere. All right, until next time, this has been The Hollywood Medium with Tyler Henry on E for AfterBuzz TV.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.